So with the playoffs, I feel like we had a lot of questions going into it. What positions do you think the Pistons should address this offseason based off these playoffs so far?
Most glaring and obvious, like it was when we were having this conversation leading into the trade deadline, the answer was obvious, and then it was ultimately addressed. Backup four, right? Like Tobias has been playing out of his goddamn mind. He
Yeah.
has been busting his ass for some really like large minutes in the playoffs. But the thing is, you can't expect that like
Hmm.
every game, and he really needs someone who can come in and the production doesn't drop off. Like Ron Holland, I feel like is best at the three, right? So like when Asar checks out, that's when Ron checks in. But when you have Ron playing the four, I feel like he's a little bit out of position, especially in the playoffs right now, where I feel like if you had someone, obviously way like massive upgrade, but I'm just talking generally like a Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Like not going to happen, but just that type of archetype where it's someone who can just guard and stretch the floor, because I feel like that's all that they really need at that position. You don't really need someone who's going to go out and create on their own or put the ball on the floor much. They
Yeah.
genuinely just need someone. I think back even a few years ago where you had like a Jay Crowder, you know what I mean? Like somebody who can just kind of be that almost like safety net when Tobias checks out. I feel like that would be a massive win for the Pistons. Um, and then also just like it's technically already on your roster, but a Jaden Ivey is going to be a massive addition to this team where it feels like almost like he's a player like you're waiting to draft or something. Like he changes a lot in terms of the offensive output on this team. So I really am interested to see what this team looks like going into next season, and what internal development we see as well.
So I pulled up just the power forward free agents, and there's one guy that's on a player option, which I honestly I don't know if he's gonna opt out. Depends how Milwaukee goes out in the first round, but it's Bobby Portis. Like a Bobby Portis and Isaiah Stewart off the bench it would feed families in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that would be like a match made in heaven. That would be incredible. I wonder what the price tag, like what he's looking for contract wise, but fit, that would be incredible. You would love to see, especially because Bobby is also a larger four, where like there's not also like a size drop off. Like he can switch between guarding a four and a five, the same way Isaiah Stewart can.
Yeah, I mean, this free agency, I don't really expect a whole lot. And I know some fans like really want like a needle mover. Like I don't even know why, but I clicked on a Bleacher Report article and saw like a Zion trade proposal. It was like Jaden Ivey, Tobias Harris, and 3 draft picks for Zion. I was like, yeah, I don't know if to do that right away. I feel like they might just run it back and just kind of evaluate what they have with a fully healthy roster.
Yeah, I mean I like if you could just no trade, just one for one, just put Zion on your team. The idea of that is incredible, right? Like
Yeah.
the fit with Cade and Zion would be like genuinely like reminiscent of like Lob City, if not better. That would be incredible. And some of like the Pistons are already insane to watch in the fast break. Like they are one of the
Yeah.
best fast break teams in the NBA. If they had a Zion Williamson on that team too, man, like
Yeah.
if LCA is not jumping out, like I don't know, like what would get it jumping, but yeah, I just it's risky, right? Like because the culture of this team is so good. You have so many guys who are kind of figuring things out as things are happening, and then also like you have guys who were here last year who basically had a season of basketball just completely wasted, where like you're not even developing because you're in some of the worst circumstances and you're not necessarily having the most productive head coach who's working with you tirelessly. So yeah, I just feel like this is a year where you kind of see what you have, and we still really haven't seen a Ivy Cade full season, right? Like the Ivy's rookie year, Cade got hurt. Then last year, Jaden Ivey was banished to basketball prison for some reason. I don't know why. Still don't know why. And then this year, Jaden Ivey and Cade were starting to play pretty well together, and freak accident where Ivy gets hurt. So yeah, it's tough. Like you still haven't really like talk about like evaluating. Like you thought this season would give you enough time to evaluate like what that backcourt looks like, and you still don't really know. So it'll be interesting offseason to see what Trajan is looking at doing. I feel like knowing just kind of how he operates, I feel like he leans towards, just kind of running it back, maybe making a incremental move here or there, but nothing major. Just because I feel like he wasn't expecting to be here in the first place. So I don't think he's necessarily ready to push all the chips in.
Yeah, I don't really think he's the type of GM to really like force the issue, even though they won 44 games. I think even if it's just like adding a backup four, or maybe replacing Paul Reed with like, I don't know, like an Andre Drummond, like something like that. I think it would be something like really, really little, very, very small, like nothing crazy.